So, hello and welcome to the class of 28 debates for the freshman class for president and vice president. My name is Ms. Zagorius and I am the COSA, or the coordinator of student activities for the freshman class. This is opportunity for you as a student body to get to know your candidates and what they plan on doing for the upcoming school year. Let's talk a bit about how we're going to structure today's debate. Mr. DeVeronica, who is at the end over there and is waving to you, is our amazing moderator. He will be asking questions to each of the candidates. Each candidate will receive the same question and have up to 1.5 minutes to respond. Our wonderful timekeeper is also the camera person. Thank you, Brielle. Brielle Hall will give a warning when they have 1 minute left, then 30 seconds left, and then 10 seconds left. When the time is up, there will be not a very loud bell, but a bell. Where's our bell?
Right there.
Where is it? Oh, great. Our bell will ring. Every candidate will each rotate between starting the question cycle, being in the middle of it, and being the last person to answer. I'll introduce you now to the candidates. For vice president, we have Mariam Mila. If you could wave for us. Anna Niznik. Vanessa Feng. Thank you. And for president, we have Mubashira Tahudin. And Sophia Kim. Okay, we're going to go over the rules very, very quickly. So our rules are simple. You may only speak on your own campaign, your own answers, and why you feel you are the best fit for the position you are running for. You may not respond to any of what the other candidates say, nor can you speak negatively about other candidates in any way. Absolutely not. Okay? And in that case, finally, we're about to begin. So thank you guys so much for watching, because this is also going to be put on the website, whether in person or not on the website. It's going to be put on the YouTube channel so that people can know and watch for voting. Sorry, if that doesn't make you nervous. It's going to be fine. So whether you're watching in person or online, the debate will start now. And we're going to start first with the vice presidential candidates and then move on to the presidential candidates.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Mariam Mila and I'm running to be your freshman council vice president. I hope you enjoyed the debate today and hopefully I can secure your vote in the process.
Hello, my name is Anna Nishnik. I am running to be your class vice president. I hope you guys are having a nice day and hopefully experience a nice debate. And I hope that you guys have a good time and maybe vote for me. Thank you.
My name is Vanessa Feng, and I'm running to be freshman council vice president. If you didn't know, I have a dog. Pretty cool. Thank you for coming to the debate, and I hope I have your support.
All right, so I think we'll get into the questions now. So the first question will be for candidate Neela. So candidate Neela, if you could go up to the podium. This question will be for each of the candidates in order, and you will all just rotate up to the podium, okay? All right, so the first question for the vice presidential debate tonight is, what experiences or skills have prepared you to serve as vice president?
Okay, so as some of you may know, I have done student council for about 6 years maybe. I've done it since elementary school, but then also throughout middle school. Actually, last year, I was my middle school's National Junior Honor Society's co-president. So I feel as though that those experiences have really shaped my idea of leadership itself, and I've known that I always had this passion for leadership, and I do want to really put that into SGO if elected as your vice president, because I feel as though that I can input this passion and work with all you students and create these connections. But yeah, I've been class president, but then also we had school representatives and such, which I feel has shaped my leadership skills overall. But yeah, thank you.
Okay, so the question again, what experiences or skills have prepared you to serve as vice president?
Okay. For me personally, I'm going to be honest, I've never run in a student council ever in my life, and I do hope for this to be my first chance. In the past, I feel like I have had many collaborative roles over the years. I've helped with my school musical, I've been a team player in my middle school chess team, and this year I'm also part of our freshman leadership class as well, where we're collaborating with the class council to propose events and fun activities for everyone. I know that my lack of experience probably worsens my position, but I just want to let you guys know I'm willing to be there to help, and I want to take this step for it to be my first chance to be on student council and to finally have a chance to bring something to the world and to the class. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, so the question again, what experiences or skills have prepared you to serve as vice president?
So I've worked for my current assistant principal and principal. I've managed a bunch and helped assist with the making of club fairs, orientations, award ceremonies, and just many more events in particular, and holidays such as Law Day, for example. And I'm currently doing an internship for Senator Ewen Chu. I've also made a thank you card for her, and I was the owner of Poster Crew, which there were some members in there. So I've had some prior experience in leadership, and I've just done a bunch of things in general that I believe will help me in vice president.
Okay, so for this next question, I think we'll go with candidate Nizhnik. So candidate Nizhnik, if you could go up to the podium. All right, the question is, what responsibilities does the vice president of the class have? Why not choose to be president?
Okay, so vice president of the class to me has always represented being a leader of a government that is there to support not only the body but also the government itself. The reason I chose not to run for president is because I believe you guys are worth a president who does have experience. I do think that is a negative I have. I'm going to be entirely honest with everyone during this debate. But I truly feel like I do have the initiative to try to help everyone. That for my entire life, that has always been what I've been taught. I want to help others. I want to hear other people out. And I believe vice president is a chance for me to build my, build my collaboration skills, build my socialization, to be able to hear everyone out and to help not only the body but also the government, because the government, it's gonna be a challenging task for anyone who's elected, and I want to be there to help my government but also help the people as well, and that's why I feel like vice president is a good choice for me. So thank you.
So I would say for me, being vice president means being a supporter. And I feel like that goes into the leadership aspect as well. You know, being a part of such a big group of people. You know, we are the Brooklyn Tech freshman class of 2028, and I want to work as your freshman vice president to socialize and be this voice. And I feel like being vice president, I can fully support the president. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I did choose vice president over president, because I want to be able to support not only the president, but also all of you. And I look forward to, you know, not only just being, you know, vice president, but then also like a classmate and a friend and like someone you can like talk to, you know? And I feel like that's so important. And I feel like also using my prior experience, like in National Junior Honor Society, will allow me to, you know, be able to expand upon this group. I want to help you guys, not only in school, but out of school, and hopefully we can make a bunch of memories this year and have a bunch of fun. So, yeah.
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Definitely. So the question was, what responsibilities does the vice president of the class have? Why not choose to be president instead?
So I think that vice president is the backbone of every great organization. And I believe I didn't run for president because back in my middle school, I was usually in the support roles, and I was not like in the front. Like, think of like a theater, the main character, and you have the stage crew. I believe that I was the stage crew, and I just like help the others like project what visions they had onto the stage. So I think like if I were to run for president, I would be lying to you guys about what things I've done. So I think vice president would be like a better choice for me.
Okay, thank you for that. We'll actually have you stay up there for the next question, candidate Feng. The next question is, how do you define the term leader? How do you work with someone who does not meet your expectations of a leader?
So I think the definition of a leader for me is someone who can cooperate effectively and communicate effectively with other people without causing a disturbance, and someone who can like lead the others in a nice way. And if someone like weren't the prime characterizations of a leader, I mean, we will have like everyone think about it. Sorry, could you repeat the question?
How do you work with someone who does not meet your expectations of a leader?
We will try communicating to them and identify the problems that we have. So, for example, if they weren't communicating effectively with other people and are constantly arguing, we will try to voice our opinions to them. And depending on whether or not they agree, we would still try to come to a compromise with them.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going back to candidate Neela. Candidate Neela, thank you. Okay, so this question is, give an example from your life of how you will support the elected class president. This could be based on group work, family, siblings, or any other student activities or clubs.
Okay, so I would say I'm someone who's very social, right? And that's definitely impacted, you know, school, because I love making new friends, but I also love being able to support them and help them through whatever they're going through. You know, like if you need an extra hand on your homework, I got you. But also, if you need someone to talk to about anything serious, I'm always here to be like that ear to listen, or like even like a shoulder to cry on, I guess. But I would say I could take this a lot of different ways. I mean, taking into account like leadership aspects, I feel like being a leader also means like sacrificing a lot, and I'm willing to sacrifice, and I'm determined to make sure that we have a good school year. And if that means, you know, like staying up late or like staying after school, like anything of that sort, I'm willing to do it, and I'm willing to put it in because I want to have this good school year, and I want to be able to, you know, build connections and like have a great rest of these 4 years with all of you. So I would say emotionally, I've definitely helped support a lot of my friends and like give them advice and stuff, which has overall shaped me as a person. And, you know, yeah, thank you.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Definitely. Give an example from your life of how you will support the elected class president. This could be based on group work, family, siblings, or any other student activities or clubs.
Okay. support the president because over my time in middle school, I have had many instances where I've had to collaborate with people that that sometimes I did get along with, sometimes I haven't. In the end, what made us work together, like one instance being being in my school musical, actually, we were put in these groups for us to work together, because I was in stage crew, and we were supposed to be making props and such, and our group wasn't exactly very getting along well, and I saw that, hey, if we need to accomplish this, if we want to have a great year together, and we want to get this done, and we want to just make this musical as best as we can, we need to try to compromise, we need to collaborate. So I tried taking the charge to be like, hey, if we have issues, we need to try to resolve these. We need to, if we need to, we can come up with compromises for these issues. So with the president and with the body, I see from this past experience, I can, and others that currently are coming to my mind, because I'm sorry, I'm a little anxious right now, that's why I'm acting like this, but just, I know from past experience to work together and make the best, we need to come together and collaborate, so, yes.
Could you please repeat the question?
Give an example from your life of how you will support the elected class president. This could be based on group work, family, siblings, or any other student activities or clubs.
So in middle school, I wasn't the main monitor. I was actually supporting. So we had Miss A monitors and we had a celebration coordinator, and the celebration coordinator would usually assist with the Miss A monitors on what to do and what they wanted to do. So I think that I have a lot of experience in. Could you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
How will you support the elected class president?
I would communicate to them about what visions they have, and I'll try to project that to what they want to do. Also, I'll maybe communicate to the other team members, because I think we're all working together as a student body, no? So I'll also communicate to them, and I'll ask the president what they would want specifically, and I'll try to assist them on it. And for examples of group work I've done, so for example, in business class, I was usually making the slides, and I would ask my team members and the group leader what they would want me to add for information or designs. So I think that's an example of what I've done.
Okay, thank you. All right, the next question is for candidate Nizhnik. The question is, what have you found to be the difficult part of being a member, not a leader, of an organization? How did you handle the situation?
When it comes to not being a leader, sometimes it is challenging when you feel like you're not being heard. In my middle school, I would say there were a lot of instances where having roles of leadership were difficult. In some instances, we didn't. I wouldn't say we had too many clubs or as such that we could rise and feel like we were leaders of. And a lot of times, it felt like the students and the members were taking a backseat in the decisions that we didn't fully know what we were in control of. And that's why, as part of my campaign, I really want to ensure that the student body is heard. The student body is who we are trying to run for. You guys are the backbone of this year. And I feel like the student government, as much power as we hold, we can't do this without you guys. So I generally just, after my experience in middle school, just kind of feeling like, hey, a lot of times I feel like we're not really being seen. I want to help you all be seen. I understand how challenging high school is seeming right now. We're in freshman year. It's extremely terrifying, and I want to help loosen these fears. I want to be there. I want to listen. I want to help you guys. I want to be there to make your years great, because thank you.
Yeah, so I would say I feel like growing up, being like also like a person of color, but then also being, a female, like it's hard to have your voice be seen, and it's hard to again be heard because you feel like you're such a small member of society, and there's so many of us here at Brooklyn Tech, and I feel like as freshmen, a lot of the time we can feel a little confused and very overwhelmed, really. But I feel like as your vice president, I want to bring us all together as one and like be able to, collaborate and work together. There's so many strong voices, and I want to listen to your ideas and be that voice for the student body and work alongside, the SGO members and like the rest of the board to really bring your ideas to life. And I know that all of you have so many amazing ideas. And all of us just want to have an amazing school year, right? And all of us want to have fun, but then also to be able to balance the school and the home life and, be social, but then also get good grades. I want to be able to do that and like project that upon this school year. So, yeah, thank you.
Could you please repeat the question?
Okay, so the question, what have you found to be the difficult part of being a team member, not a leader of an organization, and how did you handle the situation?
So I honestly think that when you feel really small, because when I first went to middle school, especially as a Laurie student, I was very overwhelmed by everything. I thought I was going to get bullied, harassed, but because of the school's welcome clubs and events, I felt really included. And I just think that when you're a member, you have a small voice when there's so many people besides you, and you can't really communicate that to other people. So I honestly think that could you repeat the question?
How did you handle the situation?
So I asked other people about what they thought about the school, and when I gathered everyone's ideas, I decided to talk to the person in charge of it, and I voiced my opinions about that. And it actually honestly worked, because there are a lot of changes in our academy that I asked for, and I think the best part of it was the communication we had. So that's how I handled it, because communication is key. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. We'll actually have you stay up there for the next question. Yeah. Okay, so the next question coming up, how do you prioritize student government, clubs, teams, schoolwork, homework, and your social life when scheduling your time?
So I schedule my time using a planner and a calendar. So whatever I have firsthand, I put onto the calendar and the planner, and everything else, I'll try to manage my time effectively depending on how much homework I have. Put that into my planner. And honestly, I've done this before in middle school, so I'm really used to time management, and it's a skill I learned. So I just use a planner and a calendar.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. How do you prioritize student government, clubs, teams, schoolwork, homework, and your social life when scheduling your time?
Like my opponent, I also use a calendar. Every week, I go on and I try to estimate how long everything's going to take. Obviously, number one is schoolwork. I always have a slot for the estimated amount of time I'm going to have in my work, in my day, to work on my homework. Then, of course, clubs, because extracurriculars are important. I very value my extracurriculars, and I try to make it there make it to them as much as possible. So I also add them when I know I have them for the week. Then after that, I have my other priorities. My priorities with my family, with chores, work, because I also have a part-time job. So I also try to manage that in, and then only when I have free time, then I just have a bullet point list of things I would like to do, like draw or read, or just play video games, because come on, we gotta relax, And but honestly, always my number one priority is my schoolwork, and it's my teams and my clubs, because they're something that I need to be there for, to help others and to help my own future. Thank you.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sure. How do you prioritize student government, clubs, teams, schoolwork, homework, and your social life when scheduling your time?
Yeah, so I will admit, sometimes it might be, it is really overwhelming at times, but I would say using, my prior experience, this is something that I've done before, with being in like student government and such, but I am willing to prioritize and, make sacrifices for the betterment of this SGO. I would say organization is something that's really important, as, my fellow candidates up here have stated, they have planners and such, and I feel like that is so important. But then also, I would say prioritizing, things that I actually like really care about. I am willing and I'm passionate about, the student body, and I'm ready to make connections with all of you, and I feel like, sorry, that takes a lot of commitment, and I'm willing to do that, and I'm determined to have an amazing school year with all of you.
Okay, so the next question. What challenges do you foresee if elected to vice president, and how do you plan on overcoming them?
Yeah, so I would say, being in such a large student body, there are a lot of people that want to be heard. And I would say one of the biggest problems would be, not enough people feeling that they're heard. And to address that, I do feel like there are so many ways, having like mixers and such, and ways for us to socialize as freshmen, especially being that all of us, we're coming from 5 different boroughs. We all have this sense of, confusion, I guess, at points. So being able to come together and listen to everyone's voices, as vice president, I want to do that, and I want to work alongside, the president and the secretaries in hearing what all of you have to say, and, making all of this, as I said earlier, come to life. And I'm excited to do that, and I'm excited to meet all of you and get to know all of you. Thank you.
Could you repeat the question?
What challenges do you foresee if elected to vice president, and how do you plan on overcoming them?
So, honestly, I think we can all agree that every organization has some issues in some point in their existence. And I think one of them is communication, that people aren't talking enough effectively. And I think it's really important to talk to other people about ideas and what they have in mind before acting upon what they want to do. So I think communication is would be like a pretty big problem. I wouldn't say big, but like occurring a lot. But I think communication is like something that will happen a lot. Could you repeat the question?
How do you plan on overcoming these problems?
Not many people realize that like communication is actually easy to achieve. Just talk to other people, hear what they have in mind, and try to come to a compromise. You won't have everyone's idea in mind, and make sure that everyone is happy. So I think that's something people could do to overcome the problem of communication.
So for me, I see student government has always been, it needs to be for the people. It needs to strive to be a democratic system for the student body to represent the people. I come from a country who claims to be democratic, yet many times the government does not listen and corrupts their way for the people to not be heard. So for this government, I would the problem I would see most likely is communication. It's always been a problem that the people are not heard enough in a So in this body, I would truly want to find a way to make as many people heard. It's going to be challenging, of course, because there are 1,000 people in the freshman class. So, but I want to strive because I've always had a hope that everyone can. That I've always believed all my life that everyone can achieve what they wish, and everyone can have their dreams accomplished. And with high school, our dream right now is to graduate and have the best year we can for freshman year. And that won't be possible without hearing out the ideas of you and without us communicating with each other. So I hope to solve that by
All right, so our next question is, how do you plan on building on community and pride within the class of 2028?
So I want to build on pride within our class by formulating events and that could bring us together. Because freshman year, we don't know each other all that well. We're still all new here, and a lot of us are probably scared to really interact with each other. So I want to help propose ideas and events that can help bring us together. Be it just like class intermingles from time to time, where we can get get like if we're sitting in class and we can just kind of like have two classes join together to do an activity together, or in the cafeteria we can have meetup days where we can like challenge each other to try to meet other people. And I also really want to emphasize school like events as in like team competitions, because our teams are what give are what I feel like bring our school a lot of pride it has. So I would really love to try to have maybe more events and maybe competitions within the freshman class itself, because the school is nice and everything, but this is for us. I want this class, the freshmen, the class of 2028. I want us to come together, and I want to have events and that for just us to bring us together. Thank you.
Can you repeat the question?
Definitely. How do you plan on building on community and pride within the class of 2028?
Okay, so I would say Brooklyn Tech itself, we're one big community, and within that there is the freshman class of 2028, which is us, right? And all of us want to make friends and get good grades and all that, and I feel like it's not possible without having this support and being able to do that through things like events and clubs and stuff like that. I look forward to planning these events, like an ice cream social or like a picnic or something, things like that, where we aren't, I feel like the school environment itself, it can be very stressful and overwhelming for all of us at times. You're running from class to class, you're trying to get your homework done on time, but taking that out of school, we all want to have fun and we all want to come together, make friends, have a great year. And I believe as your freshman vice president, I can do that. And I can voice the ideas that you all have to say. I've talked to a lot of you and I've heard the things that you guys, want to happen. And it sounds amazing. And I want to be able to, work alongside the rest of the SGO board and make these things happen, So let's hope we can have an amazing, not only freshman year, but rest of these 4 years.
Could you repeat the question?
How do you plan on building on community and pride within the class of 2028?
So I think events are a great way to bond with other people and make friends. I think I think middle school was tough and high school will be tougher. So I think that events to help ease our mind from everything that's going on, schoolwork, homework, everything in general, tests, quizzes, regents. So I think that events are a great way to help other people relax, get their mind off whatever's happening in school. And I've planned events before, and I think they're pretty fun. Personally, I've asked other people too. So also I would ask other people about what they would want personally for events. So for example, I would ask one person like what they want in particular, maybe like a movie theater time or something. I'll try like keep that in mind and ask for the opinions of other people because we're all one person together technically. So that's what I would do.
Okay, thank you so much. That concludes this phase of the debate. We're going to now move on to the presidential debate section. And so we'll have the first candidate go up to the podium to receive that first question. Oh, that's right. Opening statements first, and then we'll begin the questions.
Hi, I'm Sophia Kim. I'm running to be your freshman class president. I hope you enjoy this debate.
Hello, my name is Mubashir Tajuddin. I'm also running for freshman president. I hope you guys aren't too bored and you all get your extra credit. So, yeah.
Okay, our first question. What leadership experiences have you had that will directly affect your success in this position?
So I've been a part of student government for the last 7 years. Yeah, a little nerdish, I know. But I have partook in like every single position you could possibly imagine. Besides treasurer, I suck at math. So I know what it's like being like in the different parts of the student government. And I've also done other leadership activities, such as being the student ambassador for my middle school, and like giving tours and like speaking to like adults as well. I was president in elementary school and in my middle school, hopefully again. I mentored my debate team. I've done 4 years of debate, so it was an experience, you know, dealing with Gen Alpha, but it taught me a lot about like working with people, and I think all of those experiences really shaped like how I am now and like how I interact with others. Also, I'm pretty extroverted if you haven't already noticed, so I think that really helps. And yeah.
Okay, so I've also been a part of student government, actually for the past 5 years. I was president and vice president in both my elementary and my middle school. From this, I've gained a lot of leadership experience and built leadership skills. I'd say my 3 strengths are my determination, my communication, and my creativity. So first, my determination. I'm a very determined person, so if there's like a set goal, I'm gonna put in my best effort to achieve that goal, and I will push my team forward to the goal, even if there are obstacles. If you bring up a solution, if you bring up a suggestion, or you have like a problem, and there's a realistic solution to that, then of course I will do my best to achieve that. Second, my communication. In my past leadership experiences, I've had to talk with hundreds of other student leaders, so I've become really good at connecting with people. And then last, my creativity. I'd say I'm overall a very fun person, and so you can count on me for fun spirit days. I think it's really important to be able to walk around in the halls, look around, see something, and laugh. Even if you don't notice it, it makes your day better. And I think I'm really good at finding loopholes around your stress, because I want to make sure that we're not worrying too much about our academics, and I want to make sure that we're having fun.
Okay, our next question. What is one goal, event, or change you want to see occur at Tech during your presidency? How do you plan to implement this goal, event, or change?
So I want to make sure that the communication between the SGO and students are better, because I've noticed that a lot of students don't even know what the SGO is. They just think that it's some store on the 7th floor. So I think it's important to create more easily accessible resources for students for school news and important information. Through this, I would want to do this by making a universal Google Slides about the basic information of where to go when you need something, who to go to when you have a question, and like where to go to if you want like to bring up a suggestion. So yeah, I think that's my main goal for the year.
So I think my goal for this year is just really making it so that people who aren't as loud or, don't speak up as much feel as though that they can. Because honestly, freshman year so far has been challenging, to say the least. And I think that there should be more support for like the freshmen to know like what's going on and like also have connections with other freshmen. Some ways that I plan on doing this is by like fun activities, events, so then this way you get to meet other people, branch out, along with like creating memorable memories for freshman year. And I think like that's really important because in a school this humongous, it's really important that like you find your people and make a name for yourself. Yeah.